All right, yesterday we had the warning sign on Bitcoin. It is happening. Bitcoin back into the $60,000, $69,700 right now. But the big problem is we've only just begun losing the trend. Now, why today's show is super important is because it looks like altcoins are about to join the party. So over the last couple of days, we have seen altcoins hold pretty good, right? And we're about to see a change in that if we start to lose this trend on alts, meaning that, yes, Bitcoin has started to lead the race, but ultimately this can start the altcoins to catch up. And we could be looking at this week at any point a double-digit red day. Now, in today's show, I want to speak around the big opportunities from this, right? Yes, things are going to get very scary, but I do think we're going to get golden zone entries on blue chip altcoins. I want to speak around where to set limit orders. Right, let's prepare for the worst. Let's prepare for a capitulation. Let's prepare for Bitcoin to go down to 60,000, if not lower. Okay, and what does that look for our favorite altcoins? Where are we going to try buy something and accumulate at those areas? As again, we can be looking at the next 3 months of still bearishness, boringness, but we are looking at the end of the year for a spike up back into the market, and we are looking at 2027 being a good year for the market. So this year is about building the entries, getting the life-changing zones, right? Next is about making a ton of money. So guys, let's go through our favorite altcoins and let's speak about where Bitcoin's going next.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like 𝗨𝗧𝗏. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
Righty fam, remember it's a big year, head strong, keep your head in the game, right? It's been tough everyone, it's been tough for me. It's been a crazy hard period. Keep it quite simple, right? Preserve cash right now, whatever you can trade with, focus on trading, keep building the trading knowledge. So again, for me, what am I trading right now? I'm trading for variational points, right? Trading for an airdrop, and I'm trading funded accounts, right? That for me is a way that I can still trade, have size, okay, but ultimately not lose too much more of my cash in these times and look for a nice trading streak. Going short, going long, not having a this is where we're going type of mindset, just trading the market as it is, right? At the same point, I'm looking to make as much cash as possible, right, to accumulate high time frame entries. And remember, when it comes to life-changing entries, that's entries that you buy on spot, right, that you can hold for a year or two and make incredible gains. Right. Later on in the cycle, those entries are no longer available and you have to trade leverage and you have to trade certain things to make that same amount of money. But when you get these 90% pullbacks in really good altcoins, it's big opportunities to make money easily. It just means that you have to literally be in the shop where no one's in the shop. When the shop's on fire, when the shop stinks, it's terrible, you're in the shop, they're at the till buying, right? You have to be looking at where things will go and where things will start to turn. Okay, let's jump into it. And let's go. So again, warning signs, Bitcoin is breaking the wedge to the downside, right? The next thing that I want to show you over here before we go into Bitcoin prices is we are getting to a point that the S&P can pull back at any moment now, right? I'm tracking this. I'm zooming in on the short time frame. And I want you guys to pay attention. If you zoom into the 4 hour, so if we just zoom out for a second, we've had a nice strong couple of days. We are now coming straight into this top trend, right into the top trend that we've seen all the way since 2022. Okay, meaning that, hey, at any point, a pullback, right? And the pullback can be up to 10%. Okay, but now it's about zooming in. And if Bitcoin's already pulling back, and we haven't even seen a pullback in the stock market just yet, right? Things can get messy pretty quickly. Okay, so if we look at this now, you can draw a 4 hour trend line, and we start to break that trend today. We might be sitting in the next 24 hours, the start of the pullback, right? Again, for me, I'm trading on TradFi at the moment. I am trading on Bybit at the moment. And I'm trading on BTC, two exchanges that I'm trading on right now. I'm going to take a small short when we break this trend, right? I'm going to put a stop loss above here. So that is one of the trades that I'm looking for, is actually shorting the stock market on the break of this trend. But what I think I see happening here is something like that. I'd actually see a high time frame pullback. Specifically, as I look at the next 3 months, we should actually have a little bit of bearishness in the traditional markets. I think everything's going to have a bit of a cool down. Right, and I see something like that. I see over the next couple of days, we start to see a possible first rejection. I then see a push up, and then I see a second drop down here. And then from here, I'm quite bullish. Right, and I think this is the time for us for be paying attention for a Bitcoin bottom. Now, again, I want to clarify. I think the next dump on Bitcoin is us looking for the bottom. right? The bottom of the cycle. And I think from there, we're going to sit flat for maybe 2-3 weeks. And then I think we're going to start the slow grind up. And again, after a few months, start to rally up again. I think we're really getting near the bottoms, especially if we have a capitulation fast dump now. What we're kind of looking for. So again, here's the planned stock markets here. I do have a short pending on the break of that trend. But that's why, for me, I'm quite worried that if Bitcoin's bearish now, okay, and stock market's only breaking trend now, it's quite interesting to see what's going to happen. 𝗥𝗍 does look like it's going to strengthen at any point, the dollar. All right, we're above the 200 daily. We're making a flag here. And at any point, we can start popping off. It's just hovering at support right now. So this should pop off at any point. See, gold's having a little bit of strength today. Okay, so we could see people jump to a little bit of gold safety, possibly. We'll see, but we might see a little pop-up over there. So for gold right now, not much happening other than keeping this 4-hour trend up here. If you see it in a couple of days break time, can be something interesting. When it comes to oil, again, what I think is going to happen with oil is I think we're going to see something like this at any point. We might see one more dip off, but I do think there's a bounce incoming. And then from there, I'm pretty bearish on oil. Right? Just meaning we might see a little bit of escalation on things that are going on in the world right now. Okay, which gets me to this point of Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is losing the trend. We are starting the downfall. Okay, and for me, I want to speak around a couple of zones on where I see us going. So at some point when we lose a trend, we possibly go and retest. So I wouldn't be surprised between today or tomorrow, we find a little bit of support, small bounce up, and then we continue down. All right, so the first thing here is just the time frame here. If you start to see a bounce, right, because there is support, I want to show you guys, there's some important Fibonacci's incoming. So there's support at 69,000, right? So we might see a nice little bounce in that area, okay? It does give a chance for a fake out, which means we need to see Bitcoin clearly go to around $78,000 to $80,000 after that for us to really turn type of bullish scenario. Okay, I do want to remind you there is time. There's time to be bearish right now, and there'll be time to turn bullish without being too late, right? This 200 daily is quite the important sign. Right, we got to get back above 81, 82,000, sit there for a few days, and then we can turn bullish. For now, we have to think about the worst, right? So something like this, a temporary little bounce, and then us pushing down. Now, the first zone that I do think is a possibility of bouncing, guys, is because many are going to now start speaking around the 30s, 40s, 50,000 mark, right? Is we do have support at 63,000, right? So that is a support zone that even up to 62,000, that we could bounce. We could put in a double bottom here and we could bounce strong, right? That's the one. Then what we have, okay, is the golden zone. Now I got 2 entries that I'm giving you guys on a lot of the coins today. I'm giving you the zone of the first entry where we can definitely bounce, right? There's multiple reasons of why we can bounce in these zones, okay? Double bottom on the major trend. Right, we might just swoop the lows and then break out. So anywhere now, I'm actually going to put the zone here, right? Anywhere between this 58,000 and 62, 63,000. I think it's a good area to buy something, right, in these zones, okay? But then I want to speak around the golden entry. And for me, the golden entry is something that if it happens, we're quite lucky to get it. And it's very likely to not stay there for that long, right? And the golden zone for me is sitting in this area over here, right? Anywhere here between the $45,000 to the $50,000 mark. That for me is a strong golden zone. And if we get that, it's a huge opportunity to accumulate. Right? It's a really, really, really big zone. Okay, just to show you guys here. Okay, and we do have one more zone, $35,000. Like I have 2 cars, I will take the bus to work. If we go there, I sell my cars. I sell them, I buy Bitcoin, and I be patient. I'll take the bus to work. I'll ask my friends for a lift, and we go. So it is a scenario. Why is it a scenario? If you take the major trend here of what Bitcoin's been doing for the last few years, there is a scenario of 37 to 35,000. Right? I don't want to think too far down there just yet. We still got 2 levels to go, but there's the golden. Now, let's get into the altcoins, because the altcoins should start accelerating down pretty soon. Now, why the alts are holding still decent, if we look at a couple of coins, we're still seeing some strength. We're seeing injective strength. We're still seeing, we even seen Pump Fund wake up today, okay? It's because we have this dominance coming down. Okay, now dominance is really coming down, which means it's a Bitcoin, ETH, Solana type of catch-up right now. The major alts are going to get cheap, right? Not because of the alt, but the major coins are going to get cheap, right? Which means we have an opportunity to buy the AAA grade coins of the industry. right? At very, very, very cheap. So we've seen this quite clearly, and we see it in the ETH dominance as well, right? There's actually a small bounce on ETH dominance. Interesting, right? To see if this actually clears and holds 618. Quite an, but we can definitely see it on the Bitcoin dominance here. However, we're coming into support. So one thing we got to keep in mind here, we zoom in, is seeing a bounce. Right, this might be that bounce I spoke about on Bitcoin, or it might just mean that Bitcoin accelerates and altcoins start to catch up aggressively. We have to keep that in mind, that the alts can just start to print a very big red candle at any point. Okay, if we do see a bounce in Bitcoin at 69,000 and this up, then we will see a bit of relief in Bitcoin. Alts will kind of hold flat, and then we'll have a secondary move to the downside when it comes to Bitcoin. This is a warning sign for me to say, hey, don't think that alts are just super strong right now. We might see a catch-up leg when it comes to the altcoins. So let's speak around the entries on the alts. Right, we have ETH here. 2 zones. Right, ETH is slowly strengthening a little bit more. Okay, so we'll update in over a couple of days to see. But right now, this area of $1,800 and my golden zone sitting at $1,550. Right, 2 big zones that I'm getting ready for and setting limit orders. Again, if I have $1,000 right now, okay, I'm looking at around 30% here, and I'm looking around 70% here. And that's kind of how I'm positioned right now. I'm positioning myself for the worst. Right, when it comes to Solana, 2 entries. One's at $73, a higher low. Right, 73, again, 30% here. Okay, and then I have $60 where I would be entering. Again, you don't have to enter the whole amount. So you can enter 50% here and save 20% in case for 30K Bitcoin. Then we're going to look at $40 for Solana. Right, but again, guys, I think this is incredible, incredible entries. Right, we look at things like AVAX. AVAX, I have 2 zones. I got $8. It's basically saying a 10% move here, right, to the downside. It's just starting to break the weeklies. We should start to see acceleration pretty soon. Right, $8. Okay, $7 is a golden zone for me. Golden area to say, hey, buy as much as I possibly can when it comes to AVAX. Right, when it comes to 𝗬𝗏, right, there's 𝗬𝗏 losing trend. So again, just to show you guys the technique that I'm using here when it comes to entries, right? If I look at this and I pop in a Fibonacci, there we go. We got some entries sitting anywhere here, not golden entry. That is normal entry, right? At around the 72 to the 69 cent mark. Golden entry, right, is right back at the range lows. We've been here twice before, and it's been the best entry you could get when it comes to 𝗬𝗏. Okay, just to show you guys the opportunities that happened, that if you got 𝗬𝗏 the last time in the zone, you ended up making 1,000% on your investment. All right, let's say you sold halfway, you made 500% on your investment. I still think we can very much see those prices in the future. Okay, they need to fix a bunch of things, but I definitely see a couple 100% incoming here. So again, mark this up here so you can see it. So you can pause it on screen. Okay, 2 big zones to pay attention to for some buys. Okay, when it comes to things like Chainlink, there's Chainlink, $8.4, $7.4. I want you to think bearish, bearish, bearish today. Not to say we're not bulls. Again, I'm a bull, right? But think bearish, right? So that if it happens, you are prepared and you actually catch it, right? Those who are prepared will always get it, right? Here is Doge, 9 cents, 7.6 cents golden entry. Right, so a lot of big opportunities. Guys, things like XRP is even going to get ridiculously cheap now. Right, XRP had a good rally, but this thing is looking bearish, very bearish. Losing trends, losing 618s, losing big zones, which means that golden zone for me is sitting down here. 80 cents back to $1 range, right? The zone for a higher low is looking down here, which is basically close to the lows of up to $1.1 to $1.15. Okay, big opportunities when it comes to that. Now, again, let's speak around the top performing coins right now and how they might get cheaper. Injective's flying, but if you do see a flush on Injective, which you might, you're looking at between the $5 and the $5.5 range as a good zone. This previous support zone here and right above the 200-day MA. All right, good zones to pay attention to. Zcash. There might be a flush to 360. It will be fast. It won't last long. So limit orders are super important right now. When it comes to Near Protocol, these things are looking strong right now, but don't be surprised for a quick flush at any point. right? $1.8. It'll be a huge drop if that happens. Not to say we'll get it. Otherwise, what I want to see is a clear outside here, and there'll be some new fresh entries. But for now, that's what I got to think. Right, and that's what I got to prepare for. Okay, Fetch AI, another token. Keep an eye for some good strong buys coming in close to the 2.2 cent mark. Guys, lock it up, keep going. Now remember, we are finishing up our 𝗦𝗡𝗏 tournament, right? It is done, it is finished. Well done to those who did well in the competition. Okay, but I want to open up an opportunity for you guys, right? We have Club here, and you can get into Club for free by using any of the exchange links. Right? Let me show you guys below here. So here's Club. You can get in with the 𝗦𝗡𝗏 link. You can get in with the Bybit link. Right? You can get in with the BTCC link. Okay? But then I want to speak around variational. Guys, you have an opportunity to farm tokens this year for one of the biggest airdrops. And by using my link, you get 15% bonus points. So I'm accumulating, I'm building. It's a DEX that you can trade on. It has stocks. It has all different industries. And to be honest, it's an incredibly nice platform. Okay, but letting you guys know that I've already accumulated up to 350 points, and I'm going, right? And you guys get an opportunity to get extra 15% by using the link, and you can get into a section in Club. Okay, have a fantastic day. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye.